No donuts at 7-Eleven.
Nope.
What a horrible start to this morning.
Oh yeah.
So today we're working on the Mike's Nissan. Barney, we call him. Sorry about the noise. We got guys chopping stumps, grinding stumps across the street. But he's been having an issue with this thing cutting out after it warms up. It seems fine on first startup, but once it goes into closed loop, it's sputtering and spitting, and it gets worse as it gets hotter. We went through changing everything, almost everything. Let's see, what have we done so far? We've changed, pretty sure we changed the TPS. We changed the map sensor, I think it's in here. We changed some sensor in here. What else do we change on this, Mike? Looking for this problem.
Pressure, fuel pressure valve regulator.
Yeah.
TPS. Ignition control module.
Yep.
New plugs.
Fuel filter, O2 sensor.
Yeah. Fuel pump.
Yeah. So, and this thing is still doing it. And we finally, after a bunch of reading, Mike found out that another problem could be the crank angle sensor inside the distributor. So we took it apart to see what it looked like, and it was really dusty, had all that brown, super fine dust all over it. We just blew it out with the air hose, just to see what would happen. You took it off, took it apart, cleaned that blade that's in there. It's like a really super thin blade that runs underneath the crank angle sensor as this thing spins, and it fixed it. It runs great now. It's idling a little high. Since we took that intake manifold off, we took the intake manifold off to change the pressure, the fuel regulator underneath, and then when we put it back on, we've got a slightly high idle. And I don't know what I did. I don't know what happened. If we messed up the idler control valve underneath, or this idle motor or regulator or bypass, whatever they're calling this. This has a few different names depending on where you look. But the one underneath is called the idle air control valve, and this one is called, I think, the air bypass regulator, according to the manual. So one or both of those might be messed up, affecting his idle. But right now we're going to put in a new PCV valve, just for good measure, just to make sure that there's nothing wrong with that. He's taking it off right now. See that thing, how's it look? It's gross in there for sure. Shake it.
That's loose.
Yeah, it's normal for it to be loose, but does it sound clean? It sounds dirty.
Yep.
Thud, thud, thud instead of tick, tick, tick. Let's see, get a shot of it. Get out of my own sunlight. Focus. There we go. Looks kind of normal in there. It's not super gross and ugly. What is that booger? We got a booger. Can't get my finger in there. I'll have to get that booger out. Oh yeah, I'm gonna try to soak up the oil and clean it out a little. We can get a clean threads. This is red RTV high temp. It's a non-hardening, so we'll be able to pull it back out and stay flexible over the years. It won't leak again, hopefully. Suck it out. Did that work?
I think so. I don't know if it's
Is that what happened? That's the wrong.
Is it bad? Running.
Yeah, wipe that shit off. Oh. What happened?
Nasty shit.
This is supposed to be red. I don't know what happened to this stuff.
Stuff gross, dude. It stinks.
Well, it always stunk, but it used to be red, I think. I don't know, or it just wasted a whole bunch. Like squirting $8 all over the ground. Here's the red. I think that other stuff is... I forgot I bought that, or what I bought that for. But maybe it is still good. What's left of it. Yeah, you have to poke that one. There's like a chunk of it inside. You push it down and then you squirt a little out, but then the chunk plugs the hole again, so you got to keep pushing the chunk down. But it actually seems to be working for sealing it, keeping the whole tube from drying out. There we go. Clamp it up. Let's hear what it sounds like. It's probably not going to sound any different. It's just something for some peace of mind, really.
Still cold too.
Okay. But yeah, if you're having cutout issues, try blowing some air into that crank angle sensor, or if you have to, just get a new angle sensor. We were about to buy one, and we thought, well, let's blow it out while we're waiting and see if that even makes a difference, and it did. It worked. So we're not going to buy one just yet. We're going to move on, probably to one or both of those idle air control valves, regulator. Watch out for the landmine. Isn't that? Look at that custom exhaust. Sounds pretty awesome. 6 cylinders breathing. Flowmaster 40. Is that 2.5 inch? All the way from the cat back. Running good finally. This engine has almost 500,000 miles. What's the odometer? 400 and almost 41,000 miles on this thing. Running strong as ever. Automatic. Barney the Beast. Okay, so we've come to the conclusion that I just got RTV on my phone.
And I was just looking at that, and I'm like, you know what? I could have swore that thing was sitting in a lot more than the way it is now.
That's your idle air control screw. It'll focus. And it's hooked to the idle air control valve. You can see the bolt holes there in the gasket where it seals to the intake. So we've come to the conclusion that because nothing happens when we turn that screw in either direction, that that thing's got to be bad. So we'll have to, I imagine we'll probably have to take the intake off again, Mike.
Yep.
No, I stepped in it. Ah, dang. Ah. I gotta clean it up. Ugh, don't eat that. I hope you're not eating that. It doesn't smell pleasant, does it? We're messing with that idle screw again. We're just gonna try turning it to the extremes, see if we can get any kind of difference in idle at all. Just for a little more reassurance that it's not doing anything. Screwed all the way in. Let's see what happens.
Way more than 1/4 inch.
Oh yeah, it's sunk in there now.
Yeah.
It is idling lower now. Okay, so it must have just backed itself out or something when I cleaned it too much. Where we go? I lost myself. There we are. There it is. Okay, so maybe it is working and it just worked its way out. I mean, look how far that's in there now. That's nuts. Is that too low? No, what are we idling at? Just under $1,000. Oh, let me zoom out here. That's about right?
Gotta wait for it to completely warm up. And
Okay. So I think we're gonna put some sealant on that. Maybe. I mean, we don't want it coming out again. Or just keep an eye on it and see if the idle changes.
I'll be able to tell.
We'll probably put a grease mark on it or something so we can tell if it's rotating. Cody, get in the yard. Thank you. Couple more turns in. Yeah, let's just let it warm up and we'll see where it's at. Yeah, sounds good. 500,000 miles, guys. Let's let it warm up and see where it sits. So it's been warming up, and it was at about 500 or 6. And it's actually gone up on its own. I think the idle speed should be here, huh?
Yeah, it's not much. No adjustment recommended.
Well, we got, it went up on its own actually, so something is adjusting the idle. All of the equipment's probably working for the most part. So he's happy, and his car's running. How do I do this? I gotta stand further away. Trying to get this self-camera thing figured out. I need a selfie stick. Old Barney. Well, that's gonna do it though. We're gonna run with that and see if it runs good for a little while. What do you think, Mike?
Definitely.
All right.
I'm happy with it. Small progress.
He's gonna go take it for a drive while I give you a little sneak peek about something I'm doing in the future to the pickup here. The old Chevy. I haven't given it a name. I don't want to just give it a girl's name. That'll make the wife jealous, I think. But I want to give it a name. And nothing like, you know, I keep coming up with stuff like Midnight or, I don't know, you know, not very imaginative. But if you got any ideas, let me know what you think. It's got the classic paint missing off of the hood and roof. But it's pretty clean for the most part, other than the fading of the clear coat. What I'm doing to it though is I'm changing up some of the intake stuff. The fuel injection, I'm modifying it. I'm gonna put some goodies in there. Yeah. And they're not all here yet from the mail or in the mail. So stay tuned for that. Subscribe so you can know when those videos come out. That would make me very happy. Thanks, guys. Peace.